Pranam, wish you great health. Incense sticks have a global appeal. The question being posed if they are harmful. Certain researchers have compared their smoke to be more harmful than cigarettes. Since incense burning has religious and spiritual associations, sometimes the lines between the facts can get blurred. Through this video, I'll try to present an unbiased picture about incense burning. I won't be drawing any conclusions or inferences because I am sure at the end of it, you would be able to do that yourself. Since this topic concerns health, this video might be a bit long, but I request you not to skip any parts and watch till the end. I will start and end the video with a similar question, and I hope in between the two we may find our answers.
Why do we burn incense? Answers could be manifold, as it is a very individualistic thing. But let's try and generalize it here. For aroma, for feel-good factor, for religious and spiritual purposes. Though most of the reasons can be exclusive and inclusive, they cover the wide spectrum. Incense is burned in the following major forms. Incense sticks or agarbattis containing bamboo as base. Incense cones and tubes or dhoop battis. Raw materials used either singular like sambrani or benzoin resin or in combination of certain herbs. Aromatic pastes like the traditional dashangams which contain natural oil and incense. Incenses are burnt in variety of installation from temples, homes and mini altars, offices and similar workplaces, restaurants and similar public places. The question now arises if they are harmful. Since the association of incense burning with religious and spiritual practices of especially Sanatan Dharma followed by Hindus go hand in hand, it is imperative to first understand the origin of its concept before we make any inferences. We hence start with Vedas, the oldest texts of knowledge on earth. There are no direct references to incense burning in early Vedic literature. We can get an understanding of their application through the concept of yajna, yaga, homa. These all are mostly fire rituals with some distinctions and exceptions. In all yajnas, the most important element is Agni in form of fire. Here I want to explicitly state that fire is a form of Agni, but Agni is not fire. I made a separate video on concept of Agni. Please refer to it. Oblations are offered to fire in form of Ahuti Dravyas, which contain ingredients of specific nature and properties depending upon the ritual. Through these Ahuti Dravyas, we can derive the first indirect reference towards concept of incense burning or dhupan. Dhupan is an Ayurveda term used for medicinal and environmental fumigation. Agni in form of fire burns or metamorphoses the Ahuti Dravya offered to it and carries them in form of dhumra, dhuma or smoke upwards to the heavens, where it reaches the Devtas, whom we can for the sake of understanding can loosely call as deities or gods. The properties of smoke generated out of fire directly corresponds to the Ahuti Dravya which were burnt. A well-balanced Dravya will give nourishing effect and wrong Dravyas will cause disease, like burning garbage or plastic. Devtas in Vedas can be classified in three fundamental or all-encompassing perceptions with respect to humans. Devsthan, whom we can relate as celestial gods, Antarikshsthan, intermediate or atmospheric gods, Prithvisthana, or terrestrial gods. Though Devtas mentioned in each category do not have strict division, we can ascertain that they encompass all the fundamental forces of nature which affect and support life on earth. Yajna is a give and take phenomenon. What the Yajman or sacrificer offers as Ahuti Dravya to nature in form of smoke as per the purpose of the ritual, it is returned back in a more pronounced way from nature. So we infer that the smoke created from Ahuti Dravya burning in the Yajna fire has deep, positive and balancing environmental effect. These effects can be micro when restricted to a small space, as in the Agnihotra ritual, which is a daily practice, or spread over a large space as prevalent in the huge yajna as the Sautramani or Ashwamedha. Smoke disperses quickly and hence spreads its contents quickly, affecting the environment instantly and on deeper level. For example, when we eat chili, its spice effects are restricted to us, but when we burn the same chili, it will instantly affect all who inhale its smoke. So what are the ideal Ahuti Dravyas? Though Ahuti Dravya differ as per the sacrifice, in earliest descriptions of Agnihotra in Rig Veda, the oldest treatise on earth, we find the Ahuti Dravyas to be majorly composed of cow byproducts. The Taittiriya Samhita of Krishna Yajurveda, however, gives a much more detailed account of them. The Ahuti Dravyas mentioned in the Taittiriya Samhita can be broadly classified into two constructs: Samit, Samhita, or fuel for the Agni. In Yajurvedic context, it is wood free from diseases. Yajna Samagri or Ahuti Dravya. This is prepared with a proper combination of nutritious substances, primarily containing cow byproducts, and sometimes additionally fruits, linseeds, and cereals. Sweet substances like honey, dried fruits like dates, raisins, etc. Herbs, mostly having protective and healing environmental and health effects, are used as per the yajna. And finally, odoriferous substances. Yajurveda states that yajna, through its medicinal smoke, purifies atmosphere and provides health and longevity, and prana, which can be understood as a vital breath. Thus, the concept of yajna seems to be a major principle of ancient environmental science. The Ahuti Dravya in form of Yajna Samagri can be looked upon as the first referential base for the construction of modern day Dhoop Batti or incense sticks. The fumigation method of Yajurveda through Yajna and its application in healthcare was highly adopted in Ayurveda, the oldest medical science. We find mentions of many medicinal fumigation in authoritative works of Maharishi Charak, Maharishi Shushruta and Maharishi Vakpat. The process of fumigation was known as Dhupan. The Ayurveda treatise Kashyap Samhita is the first elaborate work on pediatrics, whose fundamentals are still adopted in modern day science. It is the first to emphasize on the need to sterilize maternity wards through fumigation. For that, Kashyap Samhita describes the process of making Rakshogna Dhoop. Medicinal fumigation or Dhupan was facilitated through creation of Dhoomvarti, which is a roll structure. It can be considered as the first portable, miniaturized, ready-to-use version of Yajurvediya Yajna Samagri and Samhita with its own specific contents. It mostly contained milk, ghee, herbs, camphor as Yajna Samagri or Ahuti Dravya. Dried cow dung was preferred in place of wood or wood powder as the Samhita or fuel. Buddhism started gaining stronghold around 200 BC in India. Burning incense was one of its main religious practices. It is difficult to comprehend whether the aim of incense burning in Buddhism was purely a meditative and spiritual act, or whether it had any broad environmental aspects of yajna from which it seems derived. The rise of Buddhism made a paradigm shift in Vedic practices. It contributed to the rise of Bhakti tradition and Puranic lore. Yajna practices went into decline and got replaced with a more docile puja rituals, which were concentrated to oblation of a personal deity, either in a temple or home. The word puja, though, is not post-Vedic. Puja finds mention as early as the Rig Veda. The scholars, though, accept its meaning here in a generic form of hosting someone with integrity and respect, and not necessarily see it as a Shraddha karma or ritual involving Agni. However, the definitive origin of the term puja as related to the present day act of ritual is attributed to the Tamil language root pusai, where pu means flower and sai means to do or offer. So in the context of ritual, it means flower offering to deity or god. Though we cannot put a time frame towards the origin of puja rituals, we definitely see a structured approach towards it in South India and specifically Tamil temple culture post the rooting influence of Shaiva Agam tradition in South India. The Agams have prescribed puja ritual towards Murti worship in all details. The term Murti can be loosely translated as the physical representation form of a deity. Puja ritual in general consists of 16 acts of worship, collectively known as adoration ceremonies or upakram in Tamil. These are considered to be central to worship. Of these 16, the act of offering of incense and light definitely laid the foundation of modern day incense burning. Till the late 18th century, the puja incense burning or fumigation either consisted of individual or combination herbs which were cheap, or the more expensive incense pastes like the dashangams, which contained rare and expensive natural essential oils. Fumigation was mostly executed through charcoal burners. It wasn't until the early 1900s that the then Maharaja, King of Mysore, Nalwadi Krishnaraja Wadiyar, first created the idea to roll the incense paste on bamboo sticks. These sticks were accepted joyfully by the public because, unlike the temple paste, these thin sticks were easy to use and produce a gentle stream of smoke. Thus, they were more suitable for use at home and in small spaces. Also, they were cheap and bought religious or puja fumigation in reach of common man. These sticks were called as agarbatti or udbatti as a symbolic association to agarwood, from whom is procured the most expensive incense oil in the world. One can hence derive that agarbattis were marketed more on lines of aroma rather than the fumigation philosophy of yajna. These incense sticks were very simple to manufacture. The basic ingredients were bamboo stick, the paste generally made of charcoal dust, and an adhesive made from the bark of Lixia glutinosa or other trees. The perfume ingredients would be a masala or mixed powder of ground natural ingredients into which the sticks would be rolled. In modern industrial times though, in place of the natural masala mixed powder, the stick is dipped into a perfume liquid, most times consisting of synthetic ingredients. Perfume may be sometimes sprayed on the coated sticks instead of dipping. In large-scale manufacturing, stick machines are also used, which coat the stick with paste and perfume. However, the bulk of production is still done by hand rolling at home. Before I come to inferences, there is one aspect of modern day agarbattis which needs to be discussed as it is creating much confusion. There are certain references on the internet and social media which state that burning bamboo is toxic and also inauspicious. In Hinduism, it leads to Pitrudosh. Since this video deals with health, I would be explaining agarbatti and Pitrudosh in a separate video. Now the only question remains, if bamboo is toxic when burnt, does it possess any health and environmental hazards? We may find an answer to this from Africa. In African countries where wood fuel is causing massive deforestation, countries like Ghana are using bamboo charcoal as a major biofuel. Research has found that charcoal from bamboo burns longer and produces less smoke and air pollution than natural charcoal. I have myself seen its positive use in the Indian state of Nagaland during my excursions. So hence we can infer that burning bamboo is not toxic. In terms of agarbattis, this bamboo footprint is minuscule Burning a bamboo stick as slender as one found in incense sticks environmentally should be harmless comparatively to other woods. The main point of contention here is the admixture of synthetic perfumes and ingredients with bamboo that burn in many modern day incenses. Bamboo by its nature heats up fast, giving enough fuel to the synthetic derivatives, which creates a noxious mixture of gases like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide. Synthetic perfume liquid contain known allergens like polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, and most importantly, aldehydes like formaldehyde, which is a potent carcinogen, and DEP, which is used extensively in the incense stick industry as a binder of synthetic perfumes. This all admixtures may increase levels of inflammatory parameters in the blood, causing host of immunological responses like asthma and pulmonary dysfunction, allergy and skin disorders, and may cause neoplasms due to burning carcinogens. These dangers are imminent as agarbatti sticks are burnt in a variety of environments with improper ventilation. Hence, exposure to such fumes on a regular basis may slowly cause a cumulative health hazard. To sum it up, we have seen that the religious or spiritual applications of incense burning are indirectly related to environmental science and health. And for these purposes, the use of Dhoomvarti prepared on fundamentals of Vedic Yajna and subsequent perfections of Ayurveda stands unparalleled and all-encompassing. Such Dhoomvartis in certain modern comparative research studies have outperformed chemical fumigating agents like the combination of formalin and KMNO4 and even UV light sterilization against host of microflora. These contain cow's milk, cow's ghee, aromatics in form of natural camphor, and disinfectant herbs as the inflammable ingredients, along with cow dung which acts as fuel. These Dhoomvartis are beneficial to the environment and health if proper methods of ventilation are followed. Modern day incense sticks or agarbattis, though historically had the same applications of yajna, their structures have been diluted by industrialization. There has been more focus on aroma, creating less smoke and an overall feel-good factor, rather than adhere to its foundational applications of environmental science. Additionally, to meet economics, they are being laced with synthetic chemicals. Burning them do pose a health hazard in constricted environments like homes, restaurants, and workplaces due to constant exposure and improper ventilation. So what's the inference? I will now put forth the same question again that I started this video with, but with a small addition. Why do we want to burn incense? If it is for optimum health and environmental benefits, buy dhoops or sticks that contain cow byproducts at its base, along with additional herbs for environmental and health benefit. The more smoke these produce, the better the result. The aroma they contain must be a contributing factor and not a necessary one. Ensure proper ventilation methods. These products are easily available to purchase if the right inquiry is made. Also, one can get them custom made from Ayurvedic doctors who are proficient in their use and knowledge. Similarly, if your purpose to burn incense is just aroma and less smoke, try buying incense sticks that are made from a mixture of natural products. In such cases, one must be logical and understand that any natural essential oils are highly expensive. Hence, it is very unlikely to get natural oil products at cheap cost. Avoid incense sticks with synthetic perfume liquids, either partial or complete. Saying this, I would like to make a very important point here to consider. The agarbatti business as of 2019 is estimated at an annual turnover of about 2,000 crore rupees or 20 billion United States dollars, with the projected rate of growth at 20% per annum. There are about 5,000 incense companies in India that make raw and perfume sticks, hand rolled by approximately 200,000 women working part-time at home. The companies then apply their own brand of perfume and package the sticks for sale. An experienced home worker can produce 4,000 raw sticks a day. There are about 50 large companies that together account for up to 30% of the incense stick market. So one can see this industry provides massive employment and support to women of India.
In case this video connects with you and you decide to stop buying agarbattis completely, please think again with regards to these statistics. Instead of making hasty decisions, exercise caution and proactivity. The aim of this video is towards education and making informed choices. Hence, try to educate people about the concept and application of fumigation, and through it promote the use of right product that contribute to health and environment, keeping the sanctity of religious and spiritual practices. Try and influence manufacturers to create custom products that adhere to Yajna standards. This will not only keep the employment and economy running, but it will also help the laborers at the end of the spectrum, since they will be dealing with natural and healthy ingredients. Be prepared to pay a bit more for such products, because what you burn affects your health, your family's health, and ultimately the environment. Dhoom always carries the properties of his Yajna Samagri and gives back in a much grander form. That's the basis and fundamentals of Yajna. What you have to offer as Ahuti Dravya is a choice you must make. I hope this video was informative and made the subject clear. Thank you for watching.